Absolutely. I would say, ask yourself the questions, go through some of these criterias. And what I want to stress is food for thought is not the full version of what you need to know to master anything. What we do is we try to talk about some of these subjects to be able to inspire and be thought-provoking, and therefore there's a lot more research analysis and a lot more to learn on these, and there's so much more to learn on this. But perhaps if this has sparked an interest, figure out which energy is more natural, which one are you living in, and it doesn't have to do anything to do with being male or female. This is just energy. We're talking about masculine or feminine energy. And then, of course, ask a friend, ask your partner, ask people close to you, ask your family members to help you through the process of understanding, what are you naturally in, and are you in any imbalance? And then you got to start working towards it with some of those.
Yeah, and you rightly said, so our food for thought, one of the prime reasons was that, yes, to start discussing some thought-provoking ideas, and I think this is not numbers, this is not logic. So, and I don't think so, at least I don't claim to be the guru or any sort of expert on all these things. These are just our thoughts that we're sharing with you. How could we benefit from all these things? And it's basically to encourage you, inspire you, motivate you, and mainly thought-provoking. So figure out what you want in your life, figure out which side are you leaning in more, whether it's the masculine energy or the feminine energy, and how you can benefit from being in balance. I wish we had more time, but thank you so much, everybody, for sharing all these things.
Thank you so much. And you know what? One of the most important things that I wanted to start in the beginning of our conversation, and now I'm going to add it to the end, is when it comes to where you're leaning more towards and what energy, you're attracted to the opposite. So just remember that. I know this is a big thing and I'm putting it right at the end, but it's so if for example, if I have feminine energy, which I lean in towards, I'm going to be naturally attracted to masculine energy of somebody else. So somebody else, exactly.
Not the
opposites attract. Opposites attract. Exactly.
Okay.
So for example, if I'm naturally feminine, I'm not going to be attracted to another feminine energy. We're not talking about male or female. We're talking about energy. So when it comes to your partner, your spouse, we've done many episodes on how to pick the right partner. This is a very key thing. Based on what you are, you're going to be attracted to the opposite.
And does it benefit if you're attracted to the opposite, or just in case
you have no control?
You have no control, huh?
No, you're just attracted. The opposites attract.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have no control over that.
No, it is the way it is. Now, what you want to be careful of is you don't want to be in a situation where you're masculine naturally, you're living way into your feminine energy. Your masculine energy naturally, you're living way into your feminine energy, and you have that imbalance, and now you're attracted to somebody who is naturally living in the opposite as well, because that's going to be a big surprise. Or, for example, somebody's living in, let me make a better example, okay? Please. So Ramona, I'm feminine, and in that case of over a decade ago, I was living in my masculine energy more. So for example, you don't want to make a mistake where you are now attracted to somebody who is also projecting feminine energy, but is naturally masculine, because then you're going to have a big disappointment after you spend some time with them. So the opposites always attract.
How would you know for the other person? Maybe I think most of our viewers are trying to figure out right now which energy are they leaning into, and here you're telling them try to figure out your partner's energy as well.
Well, no, you don't need to figure it out. You already are attracted to the opposite. You just, but you'll know if your partner is living in the other one more, creating an imbalance. You'll just know. Like we talked about some of this stuff, and just by you maybe I'm leaning more into my feminine energy, saying you're just going to know. You're just going to be, I get it. And you're asking masculine energy questions, which is how, what, where, what is the clarity? I get it. You're right. I get it.
All right.
I get it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that wonderful insight. And I'm sure our viewers are going to learn a lot more today into this masculine and feminine energy. And this is really thought-provoking episode today. I'm glad that we could do that. Thank you so much, Ramona ji, and your final thoughts now.
My final thoughts are that, you know what, it's always a best time use when you spend it on yourself and you go internal journal and you delve deep and you go to the depths of your soul and you look into the shadows, and I promise you never come out disappointed or any of that. It's like going to the gym. You're never going to leave the gym thinking, oh, I wasted my time. Why did I do this? You're never, ever, ever going to feel that. If anything, you don't want to go to do something, but then after you do it, you feel great. It's one of those things. And that's what I want to leave you with in terms of masculine and feminine energy. I urge you to know more about it, look into it, figure out where you're leaning more towards. What do you need to learn? Maybe you need to learn the opposite energy more to bring more balance into your life. And I always think it's a great use of time to do that.